I'm chewing it right now.
It's good for the
I'm about to
lips.
fucking pass out.
You've had so much nicotine, you're gonna pass
I'm
out.
fucking wired right now, dude. I've had so much.
I want a motherfucking snus pack so bad.
Dude, get you some Zen. They're like $5.
Snus is like $5 for a can, and I get more.
Yeah, but you don't have to. I don't know.
I used to throw in 2 at a time, but not. I like 1 at a time. No, but I haven't had it in forever and a day. So,
Dude, I kind of fuck with this Zen stuff. Not gonna lie.
it's just weird to me. It's the same as vaping. It's just a synthetic, weird, new thing. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from it.
It's good enough for Bert Kreischer. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, but you think Bert's that fucking smart? Rogan uses it too, though. I will give you that.
Yeah, that's the main one. Is that Joey Boy uses it?
Also, Rogan once again believed in Bigfoot, so I don't know.
Hey man, you tell me Bigfoot ain't real?
I'm telling you, there's enough rednecks with guns that since I was 7 years old, I've had the same theory about that.
Yeah, in Portland, Oregon, you think? I don't know. I just don't think Bigfoot's in the same area as the rednecks with the guns. You know, I think he's out there in the West.
But you talk like you want to talk about where Bigfoot sightings have been. Yeah, sure, they've been out west, but they've also been here. But if you want to also talk about out west, they have a lot more black bear, and when black bears stand on their hind legs, I'm sorry, I inhaled a cat here. When black bears stand on their back legs, they're about 7 to 8 feet tall, and if they're walking and going to scratch their back or something, they sound like huffy puffy, like a and then you've got a fucking 7 to 8 foot giant fucking animal walking on its legs, and in the fear of that, yeah, sure, you're gonna see things wrong and be like, that was an ape. It was obviously an ape. And it's...
Yeah, I think you're wrong, Dylan.
Okay. Then there's the
why
Rogan
wouldn't Bigfoot
theory
be real?
of the Gigantopithecus, but
yeah, why wouldn't Bigfoot? What? Give me a good solid reason why the giant monkey man's not running around in the forest.
Vegetation wise, in the upper northwest, unless it's eating a lot of mushrooms, which there are quite a few poisonous mushrooms up there, but it would have to survive mainly on that or a meat diet. But meat diet wise, I mean,
it can be an omnivore.
There's still a lot of hunters out there. So why would you not have? Because
he's elusive.
You wouldn't have one body. I mean, well, if it's that smart of an animal, why would it be more? Why would it not be more of a dominant animal?
Because he doesn't want to be. It's just a dude covered in hair. Okay,
that's
Dylan?
not how evolution works, dude.
It's not an animal. It's a man.
Okay, well, it's not though, because it's a fucking.
What do you know about Bigfoot? Have you ever seen him?
I can make a hypothesis, which is.
Have you ever seen him? He's in the Slim Jim commercials. He's not eating.
I will say that's
meat.
If I saw the thing from the Slim Jim's commercial walking around in the woods, I would fucking shit and cum and cry and fucking everything else.
It's just Harry and the Hendersons. Leave him alone. He just wants to hang out in the woods.
Shout out to 80s movies for being fucking awesome. He just
wants to have a good time.
Fucking
I'm pretty sure that came out in the 90s, but.
Fuck it. The dad in that is in Dexter season.
I've never seen Harry
4,
and the Hendersons.
I believe. You've never seen Harry? You gotta watch that movie. It's so good.
Oh no, it is from 19. It's got John Lithgow.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I have to watch this.
Yeah, it's a.
And you were right, by the way. It was from the 80s. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Suck my fucking balls. I'm pretty good at what I do, gay. Pretty good.
Don't make me call the big man in on here. Don't make me give him a phone call.
Hey, what song's at the end of Wayne's World?
Hey, yeah, what song's at the end of Wayne's World, bitch?
I'll tell you what I want, what I really want.
Yeah, the fucking Spice Girls. I want to bang Ice Spice. Wait, no, that's not a Spice Girl. That's a new one.
Nice. Ben just
Wait, what
said
are the
he wants
Spice
to bang
Girls?
Ice Spice.
Who that is?
Ben's getting a little bit of that there chocolate love, you know. As Leonardo DiCaprio said in that there Django Unchained.
What are the Spice Girls' names? Why did they have to confuse me?
What are the Spice Girls' names, Pipe?
Yeah, they're British.
I don't listen to the Spice Girls.
Of course you don't. You fucking nerd.
Yeah, you fucking nerd. You said
I just would like to point out there are 2 girls in the Spice Girls who are named Melanie.
Spice Girls is British?
Yeah.
Did Did you know Spice Girl was British?
Names?
Never would have
Okay,
guessed.
here we go. They got Sporty Spice, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, Posh Spice.
So is Ice Spice not taking from Ginger Spice?
I don't know.
Considering she's wears red hair occasionally?
Why is she an Ice Spice? Why is she an Ice Spice? Why isn't she fucking... Why is she trying to ride off the Spice Girls fame?
Great question. We should sue Ice Spice.
Yeah, we're suing Ice Spice, not Virgin Records.
This is me announcing my lawsuit against Ice Spice for trying to intrude on my Spice Girls.
Article 13 of the Affirmative Action 14 says that Ice Spice is infringing on the naming scheme of the Spice Girls. Therefore, she owes us $69 million.
Exact. 69,420,000 and 69 cents. Just to say it one more time.
Thank you, my fellow partner at Goldstein and Schmostein.
And this here, by way of ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do to sue Ice Spice.
Ask not what you can do for your country, but how you can other people out of money.
Ben, we cannot say it like that.
Oh, sorry.
We have to call him now.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but how you can list people out of their money.
Thank you. Now it's politically correct.
Okay. Good. Why?
What? What the fuck do I care? Do you think now's the fucking time for me? This motherfucker over here. Hold on, real quick. What the fuck do you want from the fucking store?
A
What?
Ninja Creamy. It turns anything into ice cream.
Why are you talking about ice cream?
Exactly, because this exactly. It's fucking. He said, "Why the fuck are you talking about ice? Why the fuck you're gonna interrupt this motherfucking multi-million-dollar podcast to fucking sit here and fucking talk to me about ice cream?
Asking us about fucking ice cream. Go and get your fucking gabagool somewhere else.
What the fuck was I not gonna post? What the fuck am I not posting? What the fuck am I not posting?
Rewind the tapes.
What about what the fuck I've been? What the fuck am I not posting?
You're probably gonna want to cut this part out, Dylan.
Play the tapes back, motherfucker.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, Ben. I've got a retard next to me. What the fuck? Win! Fucking win!
When you started the fucking podcast.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of here. What
Why
the
are
fuck?
you turned up to 163?
Ben was recording at the time, so we haven't even started yet.
What? An hour ago? A fucking hour ago?
That is probably not even gonna go up. That's what you said. It's likely not gonna be posted.
What? What's likely not going to be posted? Exactly what he said to me at that time, where I was going to cut one fucking thing out?
No, the entire podcast.
You're pissing me off. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
No.
Leave. Fucking leave.
Am I really?
First off, I've got to deal with this fucking retard over here not recording for an hour-long fucking podcast. Because he had the same thing happen to him that happened to me, where his audacity fucked him in the ass. And now I got to deal with you over here talking about how I wasn't going to post a fucking podcast that I've been sitting here for 2 fucking hours doing.
So it didn't record on his end.
For an hour, no. So now we're redoing a fucking different one. And you're fucking it up!
I see the smile on your face, but it doesn't feel genuine.
Good. Because I'm angry.
I can tell.
Anyway, last week.
This past weekend, me and Ben fucked each other.
Dylan licked me.
I licked him on the neck. And you can see where I am a spitter, not a quitter. All right?
Ew.
I was willing to do it.
Dylan, you left a hickey.
Did I really?
Yeah.
All right, look. It was instinctual, okay?
You just started sucking
I
on my
licked
neck,
it, I
dude.
licked
was
it, then
fucking
I
scary.
bit
you
it,
can
then I
literally
sucked
see me
it.
screaming in the fucking video, dude. I'm screaming for my life.
I did a lick, bite, suck motion as I do
There was a panda bear latched onto my neck, and I thought I was gonna die.
every time that I get near a neck. All right, it's instinctual. It's not sexual. It's sensual.
Anyway, I noticed that we fucking stopped talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah, all right. Back to Bigfoot.
You're trying to fucking get away from Bigfoot, bro. No.
I didn't mean to get away from Bigfoot. I just mean that he doesn't exist. Golf is not a sport, and Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Bigfoot does exist.
Now,
And golf is a sport. You already fucking said that.
Give me your reasoning.
You can't go back on it.
Give me your reasoning why.
Why?
Yeah. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Because I believe that it is possible that he just hasn't been discovered yet. And I mean, think about all the species that are underwater and like remote locations on the planet.
All right,
where
are we
something
working?
Hasn't been
All
discovered.
right. I don't know what happened. I fucking scratched. I touched my mic, and I guess when I touched my mic, it made it think that it disconnected. But we're all good now. So Bigfoot, tell me why.
What happened?
I've started recording again. All right. So Bigfoot, you're saying that Bigfoot could exist, but my thing. Okay, so the Pacific Northwest. You think he lives specifically in the Pacific Northwest? Then he definitely could not be in the southeastern United States because there are too many guns. I don't think
it's exactly
per
Bigfoot as
capita.
people describe, but I
too
think
many
it's
people
possible that a large
that walk too many acres
ape-like creature could
their-
exist.
See, I just, that's where also, once again, I just don't believe you. Have I encountered some scary shits in the woods? Yes, but have I also been able to explain all of it?
No, he doesn't have to specifically live there. I'm saying it's a possibility. Why not? Yeah, but skinwalkers exist there.
You know what? Bitch,
Why?
be humble. I'm a square circle. Square is square. I'm the SpongeBob SquarePants of squares.
Dylan bringing logic and reasoning into this, making it not fun. Dylan, that's what a fucking that's what a fucking square says. It's like, I can explain it away with logic.
I don't see how I'm a square, but
Bitch,
I'll
be
accept
scared.
being a square.
Be scared. No, you're not.
But
You're
here's the
fucking
thing.
square,
I'm willing
dude.
to put aside my thoughts and beliefs when it comes to ghosts. I'm willing to accept a ghost being a possibility. I've never seen a ghost. Well, actually, I'd take that back. I have seen that ghost, I guess. But even
because you don't,
I'm not saying
you don't think about the fantastical
once again,
things
I've
of
just
this
spent
world.
too much time in the woods to where it's like, okay, can you get scared
Where
at
am
night?
I supposed to
Yes.
get
Is
proof
it
from? I've never seen
easier
one.
to get scared at night? Yes. Are there things that make weird sounds at night? Yes. Coyotes
But why
don't
can a ghost
always
be a
sound.
possibility and not a
Raccoons also
skinwalker?
make weird fucking noises. They make kind of shit, and
Why
your
can a ghost
fucking
be a possibility but not a
coyotes don't
skinwalker?
sound like coyotes when you're on high alert. They sound like a woman screaming, and I think that's where kind of where the banshee might come from. And at that, I know old moonshiners used to go out into their fucking they used to purposely go out to their stills
Raccoons.
and make scary fucking weird noises so that people, if they were walking in the woods, would stay away
They
from
do.
their stills.
It's so weird.
So at that, most of the North American legends that come from the past, 20 or probably 100 years, I don't know why I said 20, from the past 100
banshee came from
100 years,
Ireland.
it would be from that, people just going out in the woods. People don't want you to be there, so they're gonna try and scare you off in some way or another, and then Scooby-Doo shows up and fucking unmasks them. Is it the fact that you didn't record again? I'm not saying a coyote's in Ireland, but I'm saying that there's animals that make that noise.
All right.
Yeah, and okay. All right. I get your
Dylan,
reasoning, and I
have
understand where you're coming
I have
at.
something for
I
you.
was just giving an example of like, oh, it can sound like a screaming woman, like a banshee.
No, I'm
I
trying.
wasn't meaning it to be like that. All right, I apologize.
Trying to
They
figure
also
out
had a
if
lot of mythology
coyotes
at that time
are
around witches.
native to
And
Ireland.
do you like? There's the theory about the Salem witch trials, to where like
No.
there was actually like a
Yeah, but
belief
you're
going
saying
on
that
to
the
where,
coyotes where the
like, all
banshee
of
came from,
the
but the banshee
wheat
came from
at
Ireland.
that time had a large growth of this mold that actually can cause hallucinations. So perhaps like a place that's pretty solely like devoted to potatoes, possibly having some kind of like
Yeah,
belief.
Dylan.
And then they
It
eat.
doesn't have to do with heat.
Well, I'm saying like
Wheat.
plants can get blight, aka the potato famine, and then they also like fucking eat whatever is left, and then they trip balls, and then they go out in the woods, and they're like, I heard a woman screaming, and there's a fucking cauldron with lions and fires.
What? Banshees don't have cauldrons?
Now who's being a square cunt?
Banshees aren't witches, they're ghosts. Or no, they're
You're
fairies.
a fucking trash,
I don't fucking know, I'm not
brother.
Irish.
You're fucking trash. I don't know what to do about you right now.
Why is that? Why am I trash?
Because you're
Why?
trying to fucking be a
Why am I trash,
dickhead
Dylan?
when you're the one who didn't record this time.
What does that have to do with me enjoying talking about Bigfoot and skinwalkers?
Skinwalkers don't fucking exist. That's my final
Really?
fucking say. And I think they're fucking
Dylan,
wrong.
your
I
people
agree.
do.
My people smoked a
people say
peace
they
pipe
do.
in the firewater, and also at that, they lived in the fucking woods, dude. Yeah, you're gonna see some weird shit. But you know what? Like happens at night, you get scared. You have the fire going. That's your only source of light, and you see some weird shit out there. It's because you just see shadows shifting because of fucking trees and all that, and your brain wants to fill in the gaps, and so it sees. Your brain's automatically hardwired to see faces at that. So like like when you look at like the fucking moon, or if you look at like rock shapes, and you see faces like that, those aren't faces, you know what I mean? But your brain automatically is hardwired to see other faces, so you make it'll fill in the gaps. So if you're looking at night at a couple of trees and they're moving a certain way, you might fill in that there's a thing there, or you might see an outline of a person or whatever, and it just isn't actually there, but your brain will fully convince you that it is. That's my reasoning, is that the brain is a weird fucking thing that tries to trick you sometimes, and you can't always trust it.
But how do you know your brain's tricking
How do you know? You don't know until after the fact.
Exactly.
Because
How can you say that you know for sure after the fact?
Because
the event
I've
has
had it
occurred?
before to where I
No
thought I
way.
saw a person, like a full person, standing outside of this window, and I was scared to death. And then the next morning I woke up and looked out there, and there was just a wooden mailbox with something hanging off of it, so it looked like a person standing there.
So you're telling me that a person could have been standing out there and just left while you went to sleep?
No, because the next day it looked exactly the same kind of silhouette. And when I if you kind of take a thought of shut the fuck up. Don't try and fucking because it's the same kind of silhouette.
Also, you're in a city. Dylan.
I wasn't. You think I'm telling a fucking modern
this
story?
window
No, I
where
was a
you're
fucking
at.
child. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
You said this. You said this window, Dylan. I thought that meant
10 fucking seconds. 10 fucking seconds is all it took for you to piss me off.
You said this window, which made me presume that it was the window in your apartment that I was
No,
presuming
when
you're
I was a
looking at
fucking
right
kid. When I was a fucking kid.
now. Then open with the fact that you're a child.
Back when I was a child, as a small boy.
You don't have to do it now. I want you to watch. You need to watch.
Let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch. There's not a lot of information about skinwalkers on Wikipedia, though. I will
It's
say
because
that.
it's lore that's modern as fuck.
No, it's not. It's because the Navajo won't talk to people about it. That's why, Dylan. Maybe
They live in the fucking desert. They live in the motherfucking desert.
Now they do. They didn't before the white man pushed them there.
That's me bumping my fucking mic against my head because I'm trying to fucking hit my brain so fucking hard I forget that I'm having this retarded fucking conversation.
Why is it retarded, Dylan? Because you're trying to explain away something that I don't want you to explain away? Oh wait, skinwalkers are from the Southwest.
You motherfucker, I fucking could have told you. Why the fuck did you fucking... You motherfucking son of a bitch. Where did Skinwalker lore?
Dylan, I'm literally looking at it right now, brother.
Yeah, okay. So you want to talk about something, you know?
What? You think I'm the fucking the fucking authority on them? No.
I think what you're doing
I
is
don't know
pissing me
anything.
off, dude. You're trying to be the fucking authority. You're trying to
Oh, well,
fucking
that's scary.
undermine. You're trying to undermine my intelligence. All right, so
I'm not trying to
in
undermine your
every hold on,
intelligence.
time out. Okay, in every culture ever, literally throughout fucking all of time, there have been legends of scary monsters, this, that, and the other that come out that are in the fucking woods or in the desert, and if you go beyond this point, that's where they live. And it's all just a way of keeping your tribe in fucking check. They don't go out. They don't weary away because you might get attacked or fucking those evil tribes over there. They'll eat your fucking skull. And then you get over there and it turns out they're just having a great fucking orgy, aka Sodom and Gomorrah. But, you know, like, who, you know, they were just having a good old time. But because of lore and because like we want control, because you want your tribe to continue to grow, you create lore around these places to where people don't feel comfortable traveling beyond that. And once a seed is planted, it then grows, and so they go out in the woods, and because they've heard all this talk about a skinwalker or whatever, a whistle in the woods sounds like a come here. And so you're fucking sitting there and you're like, oh, son of a bitch, there's definitely a skinwalker near me. Let me run away. Or fucking you hear something that just ever so slightly mimics a fucking like human speaking, like a, and so it sounds like somebody fucking hurt or whatever. Or a coyote fucking howling in the night by themselves. You think these things to be fucking voices, but they're just fucking not, man. And
Where's your proof?
me being in the woods, me personally being in the woods and thinking I heard a voice, and then looking over.
Yeah, so
I
your
thought
source is you, huh?
It's all subjective. All of this is subjective. All of it. Literally, the lore itself is a subjective fucking lore. It's a lore created around this fucking thing that makes no fucking sense. It's all just fucking theory. 10 fucking seconds!
Okay.
So, let's go back to some logic and reason.
Would you stop goddamn talking about logic and reason?
Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Why? How do you know?
I'm fucking hot right now. Send that to
Fucking
Ben.
give me your logic and reason.
About Bigfoot not existing.
Give me logic and reason that's not just like, oh, it's impossible.
There's a lot of fucking rednecks with guns that
What
have
does that have
traveled
to
a
do
lot
with
of
logic
woods,
and reason?
we don't have one single shred of evidence that there's a fucking primate walking around the fucking woods. And also at that, there's no other primates in North fucking America that exist.
What if a gorilla got lost?
What, a gorilla from a fucking zoo that wasn't created until now? Or you want to talk about from the fucking, what is it, the Barnabys or whoever the fuck else did the fucking zoos back in the day, Ben? You know what, motherfucker?
10 days ago, everything we know about a British Bigfoot after giant footprint and claw mark.
It's probably a fuck. Oh, well, I can't say it's a bear because I don't know if Britain has bears. It's also an island. Why would a primate fucking go to an island? Only humans are that fucking dumb.
Whoever said Bigfoot was a primate?
Oh, motherfucking son of a Bitch, Ben, you're about to make me fucking scream in this fucking apartment.
Fucking do it, bitch. You're getting heated over nothing.
Because who fucking said it was a fucking primate? It's called fucking Bigfoot, you fucking cunt. It's literally always been fucking called a fucking primate.
Oh, I see why Patrick does this. You're even funnier than I am.
I'm fucking currently pulling my nipple off, okay? That is how pissed I am. I want you to see, I've pinched this motherfucker to the fucking tip, and I am ready to fucking pinch it off. I'm ready to twist.
What's the next, Dylan? Are you gonna try and tell me that the clitoris is fake too?
The clitoris is fake. It's obvious. I think as well, much like the female orgasm, it's just a myth, okay? It's in mythology and happiness, like all of these things, they're all just myth.
Yeah, but why?
Because I can't have them.
What's your logic and reason? Give me logic and reason that doesn't involve rednecks that are probably drunk off of moonshine running around in the woods with guns.
Because I've given some good dick, and nobody comes.
What? What? Why is Piper blowing up my phone? Tell her to leave me alone.
Leave him alone. Is what he said.
What the fuck is she sending me? What the fuck are you doing?
I asked you to send one fucking picture. I didn't tell you to send fucking 85 fucking pictures.
You look like...
This is how I'm arguing with you on the podcast right now, Ben. Did you save any of them? Okay.
You look like that one guy that has like that like half a torso.
I can't help it, alright? You fucking fired me up, alright?
Alright. I want to. Why aren't cryptids real, Dylan? Give me your logic and reason.
Because literally this entire fucking time I've been giving you it. I've been giving you logic and reason as to why the brain fucking fills in gaps. The brain fills in gaps, man.
Does it really? How do we know for sure that it does that? Tell me.
Okay, so have you ever like turned off the lights and like you're in a room alone and you turn off the lights and you immediately just feel like somebody's watching you?
No.
You're a liar. Number one.
Oh yeah, prove it. You can't. You can't prove anything.
Okay.
That's a theory, Dylan. How do you know somebody's really not watching?
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the theory, okay? What I'm saying with theory in itself, I'm saying that theories in scientific purposes are not just a guess. A hypothesis is an educated guess. So given my education and understanding of the human fucking biological fucking brain and a little bit of logic and reason that comes with that, you then can make deductions and through deductive reasoning understand that perhaps these cryptids do not exist and instead were, some kind of way for the tribe to stay in check by those that were the leaders. Okay, I think also that's my argument for why I believe Christians, why I think Christians have the homosexuality, it's frowned upon and everything, is because you want your tribe to grow. So then in your tribe you don't have homosexuals, you have people that you are then no, you need to have sex with a woman because we need our tribe that thinks like us to grow. So then you need to spread the seed, you need to keep making our tribe grow, therefore we're the more dominant tribe according to numbers. Okay, I think that's where these things come from, is because everything comes from some kind of reasoning outside of actual a lot, for selfish purposes at that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for cryptids, you want to keep your people in check, you tell them there's a scary monster in the woods. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
It's a fucking theory. It's an educated hypothesis.
Hypotenuse?
Triangle.
I'm proud of myself. I have you bitching for about 20 straight minutes.
There is no bitching. There's pure logic and reason.
Pure logic and reason that was inspired by you bitching.
Anger.
Where's your hypotenuse about your why you weren't bitching?
I don't have one.
Oh. Where do you go to
It's being a smartass.
Huh? Because I'm being a smartass?
Because I'm being a smartass.
Why are you being a smartass?
Because I was born that way.
Yeah, Bigfoot was born that way too.
Well, if Bigfoot was born, you know, I think if Bigfoot was born, he'd have been aborted. I think that's a woman's right to choose. They say, ma'am, you have a giant foot growing inside of your uterus. Right?
He's just, yeah, Dylan, how do you know that Bigfoot's a primate? What if he's just a giant foot?
It's just one foot that hops around. It's
Yeah.
like, it's that movie with the tire that just goes around the
Yeah,
desert,
it's just a
killing
big
and
foot.
exploding things. But it's just a giant foot hopping along the trail.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. All right, I like that theory more. Let's do that. I'm gonna spread mythos of that from now on.
Oh wait, and according to this, he is particularly in the Pacific Northwest. I've been doing some Bigfoot loring again.
Well, in the Pacific Northwest,
There's no rednecks there though.
there is not. I'll allow it. But there's a lot of Bigfoot hunters that waste their time on YouTubes that are in the Pacific Northwest. There's also a lot of hippies that go out yonder.
Dylan, Russia, France, and Germany have all placed Bigfoot on the endangered species list.
I want you to look at those countries again. And tell
Hey,
me-
Germans have German engineering. They're at least kind of smart.
Engineering? They have an engineer to trap to catch Bigfoot.
The only country that has any right to have anything to do with Bigfoot is Russia, and that's just because of Siberia.
And that's called the Yeti at that, isn't it? Or no, that's
No, the Yeti's in the Himalayas, you fucking monkey.
yeah, the Himalaya, Asia, but Asia is part of Russia.
The Himalayas are not.
I don't know where they end. Do you?
No.
Okay, let's look it up. Where do the Himalayas? That's a long word to type with one hand. Start and end. Thank you. They are in Asia that stretch from the Indus River in Pakistan through India, Nepal, Bhutan, and end in the Brahmaputra River in eastern India. Okay, fine. They're not in Russia.
Yeah, I told you.
But
But what?
that was just me rubbing my beard on the mic for a couple minutes. Couple seconds. I don't know why. 'Cause I didn't have anything else to say. I think the Bigfoot is actually Napoleon. I think he was actually 7 foot, and they actually just tried to give him a short man's complex, and that's why he became an angry giant.
Oh, Bigfoot actually originates from Native American folklore too.
Yeah, because they had 7 foot fucking skeletons of natives, dude. They were just some fucking crazy looking bastards.
No, Bigfoot's bigger than 7 foot.
8 foot fucking skeletons, man. They're some big ass bastards.
Small Sasquatch or escaped chimpanzee named Jacko, as reported in British Columbia newspaper, the Daily British Colonist in 1884, marks the introduction of Bigfoot to the... He was an escaped monkey!
From what fucking circus, man?
He was an escaped monkey in British Columbia.
One can't reproduce. One thing cannot reproduce asexually unless it's an asexual animal, and primates are fucking not.
I didn't say he was still alive.
You
Why did you bring up reproduction, Dylan?
You have pissed me.
I said he was an
off.
escaped monkey.
You have officially.
Why are you pissed yourself off? I
Angered
didn't
me.
say anything about Jacko the monkey from 1884 still being alive or having any fucking children.
Because you're talking about what the fucking.
Use your fucking logic and reasoning, Dylan.
You're
Goddamn.
such a fucking cunt. I want anybody that's listening to this to understand. All right, there's gonna be two sides to this argument. There's gonna be people on mine and people on yours, and you're probably gonna outnumber me because fuck me, right? But either way,
Yeah. I mean, you're the one that's screaming and shit.
motherfucker, I scream either fucking way.
You're talking about logic and reasoning and you're fucking yelling at me, bro.
Yeah, logic is. I'm passionate, man. Can't help it.
Logic isn't screaming.
Wrong.
Logic is keeping your brain on screwed.
There's a lot of fucking angry.
All I'm saying is you started bringing up Jacko's reproductive rights, and I didn't mention anything about Jacko having any
Look, if
kids.
Jacko wants to have an abortion, I don't care. But Jacko's a man, okay?
I didn't say he had any kids. You brought up reproduction.
You said
I didn't say
that Bigfoot.
was
Why
still
could
alive.
Bigfoot not be in the Pacific Northwest? And I say,
Yeah, I didn't say he was still there. He doesn't have to be alive still. I mean, he's a fucking decade
I
old
literally
myth.
admitted to Gigantopithecus possibly being a fucking thing.
Yeah, that's Bigfoot. I'm so confused about where we're standing at on this argument.
Yeah. Guess what, Ben? You're pushing me to alcoholism.
Oh, baby, I didn't need to do that. You did that yourself.
Pie. Will you bring a bottle opener? Thank you.
What's a hibagon? You know what? Fuck you, Dylan. I'm introducing cryptid segments onto the podcast because it's fun.
Go for it. Fucking introduce it. Introduce me to it.
Alright, House of the Faded Cryptids, let's go. Oh, dude. Oh! Oh, dude, they got a frog!
Thank you.
Look at this frog,
The
Dylan.
gorilla frog?
Its name's Loveland Frog.
D Goody.
It's a big frog. Look at him, look at him, look at him!
Is that
I
supposed to
love
be
him.
an actual cryptid?
I don't know.
That...
In Ohio. Oh, it's from Ohio.
Oh, so it's not real. Okay.
It's a legendary humanoid frog described as standing roughly 4 foot tall, alleged spotted in Loveland, Ohio in 1972. The Loveland frog legend gained renewed attention when a Loveland police officer reported to a colleague that he had seen an animal consistent with the descriptions of the frogman after reported sighting in 2016. The second officer called the news station to report that he had shot and killed the same creatures weeks after the 1972 incident and had identified it as a large iguana that was missing its tail. University of Cincinnati folklore professor Edgar Slotkin compared the Loveland frog to Paul Bunyan, saying that the stories about it have been passed down for several decades and that sighting reports seem to come in predictable cycles.
So interesting. All right. Well, I don't
Dude, there's fiction ahead of the frog.
see, and like they've got like what is it, the New Jersey Devil and shit. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's got their cryptids, but just not all cryptids are made from cut from the same cloth. They're not all like even plausible at all.
Oh, there's the Dover Demon from Massachusetts.
Tight.
Cryptids are so cool.
What we do? Cryptids are cool. I remember going through a creepypastas phase where I would constantly listen to
Creepypastas
creepypastas
scare
and like
me.
different. Like I would be like mowing the lawn. Like, have you ever heard of the creepypasta about the stairs in the woods?
No, there's one that I still remember from when I was a kid, and it still scares me, and I refuse to talk about it because it was like, you're gonna remember this until you go and do what it says, and then you die when you do it, and I'm like, no. And I still haven't forgotten about it, and I'm frightened by that fact.
I'm so curious.
I'm very frightened by that. I don't want to put that evil on anybody else, so I won't say the names.
All right, and audience, I want you to understand something. This fucking douchebag, okay? Because I fucking here, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm not going to fucking look at any haunted houses or any bullshit like that because I don't fuck with demonology. I'm not a fan. Like, it's just like that's the thing that like I can't control, so I won't fuck with it. Like, I'll stay away from that. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking bring a Ouija board and force you to fucking be in a house with it. And then we're gonna go ghost. We're going ghost hunting.
No. That was Hayden, not me.
You agreed. And at that,
that's because I thought it'd be funny.
Fucking, you were like, we're gonna go ghost hunting. Fucking.
I didn't say that. That was Hayden.
You blame everything on him. Blah, blah, blah.
That's because it was. Hayden was going after it.
Wham. Call the ambulance.
Well, you told me to call. Motherfucker, you were just screaming at me about Bigfoot for the last 30 minutes.
Dude, you motherfucker. I don't even know what to call you anymore.
Yeah, what are you gonna call me, Dylan? You gonna call me the N-word? You're gonna call me Nicotine Man?
I am. Hold on, I've got a guest for you. A guest caller.
Who are you calling?
Hey, you're on the podcast right now. I've got a question for you, friend.
Yeah, sure.
What was it you or Ben that brought up the issue involving me not wanting to deal with a fucking Ouija board?
Do you have it on speaker?
I did.
I fucking told you.
Like, if we took our friend group to a place like Waverly Hills or whatever, I was joking to you, Dylan, because as the night was going on, I was beginning to discover that you might be afraid of that in this scenario. I wanted to push the envelope a little bit, and I said,
I told you that's what he was
if we brought,
doing,
like, a
bitch.
Ouija board or whatever, I don't know, did something stupid like that. And immediately I got a round of no's from you and Ben and Piper, basically unanimously at the same time. And so yeah.
Okay, all right. I apologize.
Dylan,
I was arguing that Ben was the one that brought it up, and we've been going back and forth about it.
Dylan? Oh no. Bigfoot got him. Oh God. I can't hear him anymore. Well, everybody, it seems that Dylan has fallen prey to the Sam Squanch that came into his apartment and ripped his stomach apart and shit down his neck. So yeah, this is the Ben show now. We're gonna talk about some cryptids without Dylan screaming at us saying no, those aren't real. So anyway, you all want to hear about this here. You know what? Let's talk about the chupacabra. I like that one. That one used to scare me when I was a kid. So the chupacabra is Spanish for goat sucker. And the chupa means suck, and then cabra means goats. It's a legendary creature in the folklore of parts of the Americas. The name comes from the animal's reported vampirism, hence goat sucker. Chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. Physical descriptions of the creature vary. In Puerto Rico and in Hispanic America, it is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien-like, roughly the size of a small bear, and with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, while in the southwestern United States it is depicted as more dog-like. Initial sightings and accompanying descriptions first occurred in Puerto Rico in 1995. The creature has since been reported as far north as Maine and as far south as Chile, and even outside the Americas in countries like Russia and the Philippines. All of the reports are anecdotal and have been disregarded as uncorroborated or lacking evidence. Sightings in northern Mexico and the southern United States have been verified as candids afflicted by mange. So there you go. Chupacabra is just mange-ridden dogs. Dylan, did you return from being sacked by a Bigfoot? No. Okay then. Let's continue with our little story about the chupacabra here. In 1975, a series of livestock killings in the small town of Mocha, Puerto Rico were attributed to El Vampiro de Mocha, literally translated as the Vampire of Mocha. Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life. Each of the animals was reported to have had its body bled dry through a series of small circular incisions.
Ben,
The first
Ben, can you
recorded
hear me?
attack eventually.
Ben, can you hear me?
Dylan's back! Did you survive the Bigfoot?
Ben,
Dylan, are you
Ben.
okay?
Ben, it got me.
Dylan!
Ben,
Dylan!
it's real. It's
I
fucking
told
real.
you. I knew
Ben,
it!
it's fucking real. Run for your life.
Dylan!
I barely got away. I sucked his dick. So good. Fucking.
Dylan, what was it? What did it look like? What did he look like?
I don't know. I know. It. It tasted like goldfish.
What?
And when it came.
Oh, that was Requise. That wasn't Bigfoot.
Wait. The fuck? Am I racist? It was just a black guy? Son of a bitch.
Damn, Dylan, you got scared for nothing. It was just the
This is the
7'5"
fucking
black
third time
guy.
that's happened. How does this always keep happening to me?
All right, I'm gonna go back to my chupacabra story. The first reported attack, eventually attributed to the actual chupacabras, occurred in March 1995. 8 sheep were discovered dead in Puerto Rico, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood. A few months later, in August, an eyewitness named Madeline Tolentino reported seeing the creature in the Puerto Rican town of Canovanas, where as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. Puerto Rican comedian and What?
Ben, I'm back. I fucking survived.
I'm talking about fucking chupacabras, motherfucker.
I was raped by a fucking Sasquatch. None of what I just did the bit on recorded. So I'm redoing it.
God damn it, Dylan. You fucked it up!
I'm fucking back, man. I fucking survived. The Sasquatch. You're fucking right, man. You're fucking right. There was a fucking Sasquatch in my fucking house. It fucked me in my ass.
Whenever whenever you edit this, can you just leave everything that I said in so people think I'm schizophrenic until you come back?
I was crying. Dude, Piper was sitting there fucking laughing so hard because Mike, something happened to the cord and it fucked up, and so you just started coming out of the TV and it Hayden was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Fucking so I had to hang up on him, and then fucking Piper was just dying at hearing you occasionally come back and be like, and it turns out chupacabras are a hairless dog.
I like
Goofy
reading.
ass.
Ooh,
That
related
was
legend.
goofy as fuck.
The Ozark howler is a large bear-like animal. It is subject to a similar legend.
Oh, I just watched a show about this. Okay, so the Ozark's howler is actually a red wolf. They're trying to reintroduce it, and because it's from the Ozarks Mountains, but it got hunted into extinction.
Interesting.
And they have a few of them left in captivity, but there definitely could have been one all up until the 1940s or 50s that were actually natural to the habitat, and so the story has just kept going. And they actually in the show, shout out to Forrest Galante, watch his show on HBO Max, and he talks about this moonshiner. They ran across a moonshiner who was like, yeah, my grandpa killed one, and he pulled out a fur that was a red wolf, and it was like, this is the howler.
Here she is, boys. This is the howler.
You see what I mean by rednecks with guns? It's because there's so many moonshiners in so many desolate parts of the fucking woods that if something did exist, a moonshiner would have fucking killed it by now.
I don't know, Dylan. I don't think there's that many in the Pacific Northwest.
That's where there needs to be moonshiners,
Yeah.
but they're too fucking pussyfied. They're probably like fucking New York up there making fucking
Dude,
laws
there's
and
so
shit.
many woods there. I bet you could fucking miss a fucking Bigfoot for like 80 years and never find it. You think that fucking guy hasn't figured out how to keep out of sight after this long?
But you see how you're fucking alluding to Bigfoot living till today, and fucking minutes ago you were arguing about how he didn't.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know its lifespan.
Fucking bitch.
I don't know Bigfoot's lifespan. He could be immortal for all I know.
Bigfoot is immortal in our hearts and our souls.
Mhm.
However, in reality, he never existed at all.
No, I think he probably died in the 1800s.
He's just some fucking random escaped monk.
Yeah. His name's Jacko. He's a chimpanzee, and he was escaped in British Columbia.
I think that he bred with a human and made what is today Jocko Willink.
I don't know that one.
Because he's got... You don't know who Jocko Willink is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, I'll send you some shit. He looks kind of like a chimp, and he was a Navy SEAL.
Dude, I really want to tell you about the creepypasta, but I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared too. I looked it up in like when I was in 8th grade, and it scared the piss out of me, and I've never forgotten it.
That's cool.
No, it's not, because it said I wouldn't forget about it.
Oh, let me tell you about the stairs, okay, in the woods. There's a creepypasta about this, and it's basically when you go to like the woods, like if like this lady like who wrote it was like the character was a forest ranger, and so like they would when they were training, like they would go out for hikes and shit, and they would come across these random stairs in the woods, and they were like, just don't ever walk up them. You're okay. Don't fuck with them. They're everywhere throughout the woods. You'll find them randomly in the most desolate parts where no houses have ever been, and you just don't fuck with them. And like apparently, if you walk on them, like you basically go into a different dimension.
Like the back rooms?
Like to where like no longer do people exist in that dimension. You're now in some like hellscape.
It's just the Twilight Zone door.
Yeah, basically you go into the Twilight Zone.
It's lame. Don't like it.
It always freaked me out because I've walked in the woods quite a lot, and I've always been like, please don't let there be stairs. All right.
I like the back rooms because you can just like fucking fall into a wall and then you're just fucked. Because the way that works is like you fall into like a shadow on a wall, and you'll just be teleported to the back rooms, and then you literally can't escape.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the back rooms?
No, I haven't.
There's like multiple levels to it, and the first level is just a bunch of like, it's like a big like labyrinth of the same looking walls, and it's like all yellow wallpaper, and you just walk around there, and then Siren Head, that thing follows you around and tries to eat you.
What game is this?
It's a creepypasta that somebody made on YouTube.
Oh, okay, my bad.
They made like little videos about it. And then there are games called like Inside the Backrooms or Escape the Backrooms. It's like
Can
SCP.
you actually escape?
Yeah, you can. I think, I don't know. I've never beaten him. Should I tell you about the creepypasta that scares me, or just leave it into the annals of my brain?
You're definitely going to keep pushing the audience to be like, what is it? Nah, keep it. It's a good mystery.
I don't like it. It scares me. It does. It frightens me.
I was like, one day you're just going to walk into the woods and Sam Elliott will meet you.
I was talking to Liz about it the other day.
Finger your butthole.
And she asked me if I knew about any creepypastas. I was like, yeah, there's one I know, and I'm not going to tell you about it. And she was like, fucking tell me. I was like, nope, not going to happen.
Did you keep it from her?
Yeah, I did.
Then stand strong, young king.
I don't want to put that evil on anybody else. This is
By
my
the way,
cross
happy
to bear.
Thanksgiving special. I know we didn't mention that in this. We had a complete hour recorded before this, but Ben's mic wasn't recording.
We had
because he
45
pulled
minutes
me this
recorded,
time.
not a complete hour. Thank you very much.
We had damn near an hour recorded, and then that happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I think this one turned out better because we talked about Bigfoot and cryptids the whole time, which I think is fun.
All right. Well, now can we talk about something happy to finish the podcast off?
I think cryptids
We
are
can
happy. Whoa, the Thunderbird?
What, like the car?
No, it's a legendary Native American creature.
It's a phoenix.
It's a supernatural being of power and strength. It is especially important and frequently depicted in art, songs, and oral histories of many Pacific Northwest coast cultures. But is also
they just saw a fucking albatross and were like, "Holy fucking shit!"
You're just gonna cut me off. I was talking. Little fucker.
You can continue.
So it looks like there's actually 3 different versions of the Thunderbird from different tribes. It's the main one is prevalent among the Algonquin people. I really fucked that up. In the northeast, Algonquin. All right, I'm tired of saying that word.
Algonquin.
In their mythology, the Thunderbird controls the upper world, while the underworld is governed by the underwater panther or great horned serpent. The Thunderbird creates not just thunder, but lightning bolts which it casts at the underworld creature. Why is he just bullying the underworld, dude? He's just slinging lightning bolts at him.
Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening.
Man's just flying around in Canada, and he's like, you know what? Fuck that guy.
I mean, turtles all the way down, man.
Dude, I will fucking attack you if you start talking shit about turtles again.
I mean,
I will.
I don't like turtles,
I
but
will
I
fucking.
do think the universe stands on the back of
I
one.
will fucking murder you if you start talking shit about my dogs again, bro. You better fucking leave turtles out of this. You don't fucking understand what it's like to be a turtle. Don't live in your life with a fucking shell on your back. You know how heavy that shit is? They got strong ass backs, motherfucker. You and your fucking plastic straw having ass. We ain't even know where a turtle can eat a plastic straw, and you're bitching about turtles, bro. Shut the fuck up about goddamn turtles, Dylan. They didn't do shit to you. It was the fucking government that decided to make up a stupid reason to use paper straws instead of plastic because paper's probably cheaper.
Okay. Are you done?
Fuck you.
I think that you like turtles so much because you got a chip on your shoulder, much like the shell on their back, okay? And you know what the chip on your shoulder is, Bennett? The chip on your shoulder is that you're trying to get everybody convinced that fucking cryptids exist, and I'm just trying to spread happiness and love instead of fucking retarded shit like Sasquatches.
Turtles exist!
Sam Squanch don't exist.
Turtles are a proven creature that exists. I don't know what that has to do with cryptids.
Turtles don't fucking exist.
Oh, no, they don't, do they?
No.
What do you mean, Dylan?
Turtles are...
Where's your logic and reasoning on looking at turtles and not seeing one at the pet store when you go to buy yourself a fucking fish so you can fuck in the mouth with your stupid dick?
I've never seen a fucking turtle at the turtle store. I mean, the pet store.
There you go, Dylan. You proved yourself wrong. You admitted the turtle store exists.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is based off of an ancient cryptid of a turtle that existed, but it didn't, though. Tell me where this crazy fucking creature
are based
with
off
a shell on its back but an exposed head exists.
It's a half shell, Dylan, on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Their bottom shell doesn't work like normal. You know what? I don't know why they say heroes in a half shell, because they all have a full shell in every incarnation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is quite frustrating.
I agree, and I've never actually known them to be called the half-shelled
No,
fucks.
they call them heroes in a half shell, not the half shell fucks.
Oh, well, I did not know they were called the fucking heroes and the half-shell fucks.
Okay. Anyway, turtles exist. You know this.
Wrong.
Why? Why am I wrong?
Because you can't prove that they exist.
Yeah, I can. I literally have a video of one on my Instagram right now.
Is it of... I will say, I've seen a video of a tortoise.
No, it's a sea turtle.
A tortoise climbing up on another torta, and that tortoise came in that torta, and he goes, eh. And it made me laugh really hard.
I just sent you a video. Look at it.
Of a tortoise?
No, of a tortoise.
On Instagram or in fucking...
On Instagram,
Discord?
because it's a turtle. It's my physical proof of being a turtle because I took the video in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's of the fucking turtle that's missing a flipper that died last year.
Oh.
Yeah. Now they're not so fucking fake, are they?
It died. It fucking died.
The turtle was just swimming around, and I thought that was really cool, and I played Dreams by Fleetwood Mac over the video, and it got reported in North Korea.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
You got reported in North Korea?
Yeah, they wouldn't show the video in North Korea because it had Fleetwood Mac.
What the fuck?
It was weird. I don't know.
How did you get reported in North Korea?
Because I put
didn't know
Fleetwood
that was...
Mac in the video.
That's
And it
so
was
odd.
and Instagram didn't have Reels yet. That was in 2020? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. That's so weird.
I thought that was in 2019. Dylan, suck mine and that turtle's fat fucking nuts, dude.
I might.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, man. Can we talk about my happy thing now?
Sure, fine. Let's talk about your happy thing.
All right, thank you. Now, insert video of the Buddhist monk here, okay?
Sorry.
The final question is there an end to pain in the world? Is it possible that in this world there will be no pain? The last question after 25 years is always, is it possible that pain will end in the world for everybody? And then you say, yes. You know? And then everybody's waiting, you know? And then he'll say, why? You know? And you say, because of Maya. Because what you see in this world is a lie. It looks like it's coming this way, but it's not. It's coming from you. You made all the wars in the world. You made all the disease in the world. You made all the starvation in the world. And you can stop it, you know? It's coming from your sins. And then everybody goes, ah! And they throw the Geshe hat like a frisbee. And it's really beautiful. Somebody should make a movie. There's like 1,000 Geshe hats flying through the sky.
Okay.
I honestly, like, that guy almost convinced me to become a Buddhist.
Buddhism is a beautiful thing, man. It really is. It's not a religion per se. It's just a way of thought or a philosophy. And because in that, like, there's not a God to worship. There's not even a self at that. So one of those things, like, with that is, like, you know, like, we all see as pain coming from the outside in, but instead it's actually from the inside out. And so that is a thing, is that you are the source of those things. So it is not the pain that hits you that causes you pain, but it is your reaction to it. So when somebody speaks bad words to you and you deserve, and like they deserve to be smacked in the fucking mouth, yes. However, also there's meeting evil. Evil begets evil. So if you keep putting evil back towards it, they're only adding more evil to the world. So if you take evil and it's done to you, and then you return back with goodness, you are now adding goodness to it. That is the idea of karma, is that the more karma you introduce to the world, the more good that is in it. And so, like, can, like, all the pain in the world end? Yes, because you are interconnected to all these other beings. So the more goodness that you spread, the more goodness that they have in their world. And eventually there will be peace, and eventually there will be goodness. And, like, one of the most beautiful concepts of it that's, like, hard for me to grasp, it took a long time when I studied Buddhism, was about, like, the idea of the self and, like, the selfishness of love. And so, like, you love your mother, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so what you would do is erase the idea of love for your mother because of the selfishness that it imposes. Like, in and of itself is a selfishness because of that love. Like, you love her because she's your mother, not because she as an individual exists. And so that's where, like, you are her. You are your mother. You are your father. You are, you know, Hitler just as much. So you are Jesus as you are Hitler. You are Buddha as you are Stalin. And so you take away the idea of the self and simply understand that we are all one. Every person is one. And so you give the love towards everyone, even in their evil, because whenever somebody's doing evil, it's just you speaking to you. When somebody's being evil to you, it's you talking to you. And so you tell them, like, I can understand your anger or whatever, and you move on from it, and then you give peace instead of anger back to them. Evil only begets evil. So, like, I've been called a murderer by my little sister's mom and shit, and like been called all these evil things. Like one of the last texts I ever sent to her was "I love you," because granted, I'm not always true. Like I've never said I'm not a hypocrite, but excuse me, I had a burp in the middle of all this. There, even in those times of pain, like, I understand that, like, oh yeah, we are all interconnected. And so, like, if I can empathize with, like, okay, she feels a lot of pain, and she may call me a murderer for not being there for my father, but when he died, but I also understand the pain that I felt. I understand the pain that my sister feels. I understand the pain that she feels inside. And so I can take that, and then instead of taking this pain and be getting back like more evil and creating more evil in the world, I can instead say, no, like, look, I love you. It's all good. Like, we can be good. We can be nice towards each other. And if she chooses to do otherwise, that's just me in another life, not understanding where I am now. I've grown in this philosophy. I've grown in this life in major ways. And some people won't. Some people just won't, because you're not always as smart now as you were you were yesterday, and you're not always as dumb tomorrow as you are today. So it's okay. Like, ignorance happens, and so, like, for all the evils that's done to you, just thank God that you even get the ability to feel at all. Because a lot of people died young. A lot of people weren't able to feel that because of the evils of the world. These tragedies have happened, and so only put more good into the world. And I think we all keep that in mind come Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yay! Put good into the world.
Okay. Was that a grasping, like, were you able to grasp that concept?
Yeah.
Did I explain it well enough?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just don't really think we're all one.
I see. Okay. So there's a different, yeah. I've experienced that thing in terms of, like, some usage of psychedelics and such. And I do believe that, like, okay, but so where the idea of oneness comes back into, in like my thought process, is that where do you come from? Like, you come from an amalgamation of cells that were clumped together because of a sperm and an egg from two individuals, correct?
Right.
And then those two individuals come back to others, and then others, and others, and others, and so on and so forth. And if you follow that line back, they were eventually back to just two individuals at the beginning of Earth, or one individual at the beginning of Earth.
But each thing is an individual, like you're saying. Each one's a separate being.
Like a person, yeah, being. But those beings come back to one creator, yeah? And so we all come from that one creator. All that is in terms of matter and energy and everything came to be at the Big Bang. When you face that back to that amalgamation that is energy and matter created. And so those are your forms, but they came from something. And that thing would be that one thing that encompasses it all outside of this space and time that is God. So energy, matter, and like everything else that exists come from that thing that is God. So we all are one. We all are tracing back our lineage to God.
I mean, I guess it's a whole lineage thing. I just think there's too much individuality between humans for us to be one.
Well, no, there is individuality. That's why, like, I don't believe in no self in terms of like we're not. I think that we all have souls that create individuality, but but you can grasp the concept that we are all souls that eventually lead back into one major one that is God. So we are all pieces of an infinite puzzle that makes an infinite picture. So we are simultaneously one as well as infinitely like individuals. So like, you know, like if you ever like the concept of the Trinity, like a Father, a Son, and a Holy Spirit are three parts, individuals, but they're also one thing. So 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1.
Yeah, but that's a divine being, not little
and
humans.
so we are also divine beings. We are from God. That is like in like a Christian sense and in any religious sense, in a philosophical sense. We are from God. We are from the one that created it all.
Oh, man.
That's a pretty I know it's a hard concept to grasp. I mean, if you have more questions like
No,
what about
I
that?
understand the concept. I just don't agree with it.
Okay, well, what is there to not agree with? Like,
I
what are
think
your
there's too much
arguments for it?
individuality to feel like they're connected to everybody.
You are, but okay, so in the end, it all rides back to like if you want to grasp it as Adam and Eve, we can talk about it like that, and because that's I believe in a Christian Western world, like that's the easiest way to talk about it, is that you go back to Adam and Eve, and there was one man and one woman, and from those people, the rest came about.
Right.
Those people were created from God directly, so there was like the first energy put into place from that, and so you have a soul, and the soul is a piece of God, and so you are one form from you are God just as much as your neighbor is God, and so the people that do evil are not. That's where like I have a theory, like the theory of privation of evil. So like evil is not a thing in itself. Evil is the privation of good. So where there is a deprivation of good, that's where evil exists. So like, you know, like cold is not cold is the absence of heat, okay? Cold doesn't exist in science. Cold is just the lack of heat. So I believe that evil is just the lack of good. So from that, like each individual can be evil, and we are all interconnected by the fact that we come from that one creator, from that one thing. So we are all from the same soul at the end of the day. We are all individual souls that when you put them back together in the afterlife, come back into God through a, like basically, like you have to be wholly good to then reconnect with God. So that is where your individualism comes to an end, and you no longer think of yourself as an individual, but instead as a whole of goodness, and you join back in with God, which is what we call heaven.
Hold on. When the fuck did heaven become joining back inside of God?
Because it's a place of whole goodness, and God is the place of whole goodness. God is good. The word God is derived from good. Like, so God is good. Goodness is God. And so if you reconnect your life back to like if when you die and like you need to be wholly good again, that is where you find your true peace and joy. Joy is everlasting happiness. Well, like goodness is whole in the afterlife, because you're no longer an individual pushing for individual human things. You are now the perpetual thing that is your soul, and that soul to reconnect with God needs to be wholly good again. So that's where I would argue for purgatory to exist, so on and so forth. But you become wholly good back in line with God, and you rejoin with the thing that is the one, and you're no longer an individual Ben. You're no longer an individual Dylan. You are now that one thing again.
See, I just don't know how I
That
feel
is
about
God.
that. It just sounds wrong to me.
I know that I just brought up like 6 or 7 different concepts I've written papers on all in one, and so we can talk about it more if you'd like.
Honestly, it kind of pisses me off. I don't like being a part of something.
Pisses you off.
Yeah, it does.
That's
It
hilarious.
fucking reminds me of fucking
You're
stuff.
very individualistic.
I've watched things before that have like similar concepts, and every time it's like, oh yeah, we all go back to being one. We're all fucking hive mind. And I'm like, ew, that's fucking gross.
I'm not saying hive mind. It's just because there is good and there is evil. And with humans, there is neutral actions in some states, but really there's not. Like, there is gray because there is like doing good things for bad reasons or bad things for good reasons. But at the end of the day, the ultimates of existence are good. Like, it is good. And then the opposite of that would be evil, the privation of it. And so, you are created in goodness.
Dylan, when the fuck are you gonna watch Evangelion?
You tried to watch it with me one day.
You need to
and I think
just
we both...
goddamn watch it, Dylan.
Okay.
Fucking watch it!
Okay.
You would like it.
You see, it's when I speak with, like, involving these thoughts again and involving these things again, I've found my most peace and no longer have the anger that I feel inside as an individual.
What, when
because
talking
of my
about cryptids?
Because of my personal experiences. Now, instead, I feel okay because I realize, like, I am one with all, and I'm going to be okay.
When the fuck didn't you
So I
realize
don't
that
need
when
that
we were
anger.
talking about Bigfoot, motherfucker?
Because Bigfoot's just... it's a useless fucking thing.
Why is it useless?
It's a useless fucking conversation.
Why is
because
it
doesn't
useless?
exist.
Why?
Because it doesn't exist.
Alright, then what's your logic for what you just said existing?
God?
Yeah.
We exist, I think, therefore I am. So my mind is a thing that thinks outside of this realm and time. So despite me not eating food currently, and like I can have thoughts like when you're angry because you're hungry or whatever, you can recognize I'm angry because I'm hungry. And
All right.
you can think outside of that and come back to like, oh wait, I'm a thing that thinks. I don't need to actually care about this thing that like makes me want to feel this way. It's why like monks can meditate for days at a time, and they're not super bitchy people. Like they find peace in these things, and it's an understanding because you have a mind that's outside of the space and time that thinks. They're like what I would call a soul. With that, like there does appear to be, from everything that we have existed and learned, is that whenever you see something created, it has an intelligent design. You don't find a stapler in the woods and assume that this stapler has no origin. It existed naturally. No, you look at how its intricacies and how it's put together, and you go, this thing has some kind of creator that left it here. Well, when you observe the earth and the universe, it all works in a cosmic beauty that is exactly perfect for us to exist, recognize, think. And so that, given that, there is a creator in my eyes. And that's the deduction simply goes to either there isn't or there is. And deductively speaking, given that our experience is that there is some form of creator, given everything that we see, why would we think nature is any different? And that thing is outside of our realm and time and space.
So if you can say that, why couldn't you say that the Bigfoot exists?
I have yet to observe its existence. Neither have either of the 7 billion people that exist on Earth.
That might not be true. One of those people.
There
may
are
just
people
not
that
say
have
anything.
said this, but they hold no evidence of it. I can still at least give an evidential like argument for its existence. No physical evidence is given for the existence of these cryptids. All of the physical evidence that has been given has been disproven by science, saying that no, this is a chimp hair or this is a fucking whatever of an already known species. The argument for Bigfoot is that it is an unknown species that we do not know, that is a primate that lives in the northern west of America.
It's Gigantopithecus.
And therefore, in today's world, Ben, in today's world, None of these things are there. Gigantopithecus could have existed hundreds of thousands of years ago with the natives when they crossed the land bridge. However, that is not alive today.
Yeah, but how can you say that with such certainty?
Because I can make a deductive reasoning assumption. I can make a deductive assumption from all of the evidence I've just given to say that I'm pretty fucking positive. But here's the thing with philosophy is that you're always willing to change your opinion if somebody gives an actually more reasonable argument. And I do believe if you gave me an actually good and reasonable argument and gave me the evidence of a Bigfoot being alive, and if you showed me the physical evidence of Bigfoot being alive, I would accept that more. But there's no such argument.
I don't know, dude. Sounds kind of gay to me.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome for your daily philosophical
annoy
discussion
Ben
here.
session. Bigfoot's real. Don't at
Philosophy is beautiful.
me. Debatable.
Debatable.
That's
It's the most beautiful thing that exists.
Debatable.
Besides pussy. That's pretty cool, too.
That's
pretty
also
beautiful.
debatable.
Pussy's not the most beautiful. Shit, Ben. You talk like a virgin.
Nope. You never seen the ocean at the sunrise.
Actually, dude, I've actually watched the most eastern side of the United States watch the sunrise over the ocean. I will say that is one of the most beautiful things in nature. But vagina, pretty fucking beautiful. I've watched the sunrise in between the legs. It's like watching the theater. Yeah, watching the drapes open.
I don't like what you're saying.
Give it a kiss. All right. Well, I love pussy. Next time you look at your Thanksgiving turkey, remember that guy from Scary Movie 2 trying to fuck the turkey. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.